first couple of flowers that are opening. Yeah, the webcam's not really picking it up yet, but it's already starting to have this weird pinkish color to it, even though the flowers aren't even revealing themselves. Yeah, anyway, beautiful day, beautiful spring day. Yeah, definitely not no more hail clouds flying over like in the last week. That seems to be gone. That's stopped. And I kind of hope it stays stopped, because that type of weather, like, I don't know, gets you a cold and that sort of thing, makes you sniffy. Right, at least it does with me. So it is Wednesday, the 1st of April, 2026. Temperature is 11 degrees Celsius with 61% humidity, 8 kilometers an hour wind, and 10% precipitation. Really? Okay. Overall sunny. And whoa! Whoa. It's forecast for next Tuesday to be 21 degrees Celsius. That's a real jump upward. Wonder if that's really gonna hold. That might be spring break, by the way. That might be a spring break heat peak. Huh. Right, but yeah, it's gonna be like between 12 and 10 mostly, and then yeah, by next Tuesday it suddenly jumps up enormously like that. Right. Yeah, so I hope everybody's having a good day. Looks like OBS is completely stable today. Yay! Unlike yesterday, Rumble's also quick. It's not lagging. So yeah, let's see what today's show will bring. And I mean, I did watch yesterday's show back, and it was just fine. It was exactly as I thought it was going to be. It's just a couple of weird still frames, but I mean, everything that I said just came through smoothly, so that's not a problem. The show didn't work, so yeah, it's good that I got that under control now. Every time that happens, it's not a problem. Just have to anticipate the results. Right. Huh. So yeah, let's take a look around. Okay, my mic just went flat. That's annoying. I don't know what the hell I did to make that happen. But yeah, supposedly today there was not any... There's no news, unexpected new thing that has happened, so it's gonna be the moon flyby. Get stupid. Just like all the last times anything like that happens. It's gonna have severe levels of you know it's real because it looks so fake. So it's gonna be really, really real because it's gonna look incredibly fake. As usual. Right, so flyby on the moon, they're not even gonna land. Whoa. Oh, apparently Antarctica is experiencing record colds with minus 76.4 degrees Celsius below zero. Like, holy shit. Ugh. Or just in general, don't go outside, like not without a suit. God, that's cold. And it's that cold right now, apparently. Weird. I mean, it's not even winter there yet. Like, does that mean it's gonna get even colder in Antarctica? Like, what temperature is it gonna be like in July over there? If it's now minus 76, and that's already record-breaking cold. Whoa. That's kind of terrifying. Definitely not a time to go to the South Pole, supposedly. Going to Antarctica. Definitely feeling like definitely not wanting to go there. Way too cold for my comfort. Right. So yeah, there's all these different things playing out, but I mean, I'm not personally, I'm not super interested. Like this whole story about the UFO files and a whole bunch of missing and dead scientists, apparently, that were all connected to that. I mean, that's been like a thing that's been talked about for a couple of weeks now. And I mean, every time it's just, oh my god, it's just they're trying to like pull an X-Files kind of story again. It's just, that's what it feels like. Because I mean, nothing is on the moon. Like, all that stuff is nonsense. But I mean, they might be working on technologies though. They might have been working on some stuff, and then they had to be stopped. Or like, thank you for developing this thing, and now you're dead because like we can't risk that you might leak it or something, right? Who knows, man? Who knows exactly what happened? We might never find out. It just seems like a giant distraction. And I mean, all of, like, it feels like everything at this point, everything that comes out of the US or related to it, is all just a distraction from the insanity that's happening. Like, with the Trump administration, with how they're lying, how they're crossing boundaries that have never even been crossed before, how the Iran situation is just such a disaster, and like, it should never have happened, but now that it's happening, like, the only logical choice is to retreat, basically. It's just to get out and just, I don't know. I mean, I wouldn't blame them all if they're just going to go with, okay, we're going to pretend like it never happened, even though everybody knows it happened, because it's just so freaking embarrassing that it happened in the first instance. It's terrible. And I mean, a confrontation with Israel is looming. Like, there are so many people in the US that are like getting really on top of this, because it's been known that politics in the US has been infiltrated by Israel, basically, like, extensively, with all the dual citizenships and all of it. But people are just realizing, like, it's in reality it's even worse. It's like they've dug in deeper, and they are just willing to like do anything, hold hostage, sabotage, anything to get their way. And something's gotta give. And it probably will at some point. Right. And yeah, I really wonder what will happen now. I mean, the whole Israel narrative, or they can do no wrong, like, that thing is like really broken. And it was already like broken for a while, just because of the atrocities. But now it's like really broken. It's like, no, everybody that would just go along to get along, they're even starting to wonder, like, what does anybody get out of this at this point? Except destroy everything. Like, nothing will be left. Like, what is the point of even going along with this craziness? Right. And supposedly higher threat of nuclear war. Oh, it's so threatening. It's just that there is a threat to it. It's just, if everybody's going to imagine that after the thing has happened, which can definitely, something might happen, where basically there will be like a giant missile launch worldwide, and then everybody's gonna panic logically if they even notice that it's happening, because it will happen quick. These missiles don't take so long now. So once that starts, it's going to be like over it within half an hour to an hour, like everywhere. And then, yeah. And then after a while, things will be fine. It will be chaos. But there's not going to, there's going to be claims of, oh my god, the fallout. What fallout? Right? There isn't any. Because nukes are not real, but I mean, high explosive rockets are real. Fire bombs, cluster bombs, all that crap, that all exists and is used. Like, between Iran and Israel and US, they're all already using such things. And like, yeah, that's real. And that can be used, and it probably then will be used. But I mean, it doesn't mean that everything is going to be nuked. It's just a lot of rubble, blown up shit. Maybe burning cities here and there, which is horrific. I certainly hope they're not going to go that far. But yeah, there's no endless nuclear winter and civilization is over and everybody dies from radiation poisoning. That ain't happening. Right? And I mean, Benjamin had this idea that maybe like 5G towers, if amped up with enough electric energy, could potentially simulate what would have the same result as nuclear fallout by basically overdosing everybody with wireless radiation. But I mean, that just seems really, really unlikely that would specifically be tied into a mass missile launch event. That just seems so unlikely. It could happen, it just seems really unlikely. If that ever would be used, it would be used differently. And not in this kind of event. But yeah, like, something like that might happen. I mean, the idea of nuclear war, it is like everybody shoots their missiles, but most parties within it, they will overestimate the actual damage. The damage that they will receive, and that is done. And when then everybody basically, if it ever comes to that, just starts pushing the launch buttons in a panic, quickly we have to do it before the missiles arrive. That if it's going to be like that, there's going to be a lot of panic and some blown up shit and problems, but no nuclear fallout hellish landscape, and like that ain't happening. Right? Fire bombs maybe. Although look, the thing is, like with the real fire bombing, like they did, like US did on Japan and all that, and Churchill did on Dresden, it requires a lot of planes flying over and dropping it. You can't just have a missile do that. So if there's ever going to be like a nuke equivalent firebombing, that would have to be a lot of different missiles. It's like, it would be like just the entire heaven is filled with missiles and it's all coming down and they're all spread out and they all basically, explode with a firebomb type thing. That would do the same. That wouldn't require planes flying over to dump it on you. But it's not gonna be one one missile with a warhead coming in and oh my god, boom, and just the whole thing. Like that does not exist. It only exists in CGI. It literally only exists in CGI. And there's plenty of CGI of that shit. So, but it's never gonna happen like that. So, yeah, I keep wondering though, like, is it literally completely a bluff? Like purely like, oh, the magic stick, oh, beware, you could get hit over the head with the magic stick. You better behave, right? The magic stick, a nuke. Better behave or you're gonna get the magic stick and then everybody's fucked. Right? Because that's how it's being used. It's a threat. Is that literally all it is? Or have they developed just like, is it just a representation for the latest explosive of like mass destruction kind of thing? Is it just the latest weapon of mass destruction that it basically symbolizes that would be unleashed, that missiles would be loaded up with and then sent over to the preset list of targets, which is going to be a lot of military bases really primarily around the world. I just really wonder, like, is there actually something real behind it, or is it pure theatrics? And then if it is pure theatrics, are all parties aware of that? I wonder how far it stretches, how deep the illusion has been seeded. Because it could be an incredibly deep-seated trick. Like really, way more than, let's say, like NASA faking space kind of shit and like on the ISS. Which, I mean, that's obviously fake, and those people that do that, they are obviously in on it because they're doing it. They are actively faking it. They have to be in the know. But with the nukes, it's like, who would really... And it's like kind of shocking to realize that almost nobody would actually have to be in the know. Like, not even the engineers. The engineers could literally build the thing, the nuke, in accordance to specs and really think that it would work. I mean, not because they personally tested it, and if there have been tests, and I mean supposedly there are, well, they can be tricked. It's like, okay, they're gonna test this. Are we going to make this the new standard? Like, are we going to, like, allow this to become the updated version of the nuclear mechanism? And then if it's a yes, okay, well, this is how it's gonna look. A warehouse full with dynamite planted at the test site, and, like, make it exactly the way that it's supposed to be, like, as a theatrical demonstration. And even the people that are designing this new updated nuke would think it's fucking real. That's how far it could go with the statecraft. And it sounds so insane. I know it sounds so insane when, like, even the people that are using the trick are not in the know. It's only very few people on the sidelines that would have to have authority over the tests. It's like basically the people that do the nuclear tests have to be in the know. The ones that are actually responsible for organizing the nuclear tests. They are like the only ones that actually have to know. That's it. All of the rest, the commander, the one that gets to press the button, the one that guard the missiles, that maintain it, that construct it, that design it. None of them actually have to be in the know that it's fake. And if it goes that far, well then you got this really weird situation where there's basically missiles with these warheads that are nuclear when they get loaded up. And then when launched and not cancelled somehow, or I don't know, a UFO appears and neutralizes it, and then like, oh my god, something happened, a UFO, and then the nuke doesn't give you a giant explosion, just a little one, or nothing at all. And then it's like, oh, the UFOs did it. I mean, that's a great cover story. And that the UFOs neutralizing nukes, that's been going around as a story even since the 90s. Since the 90s, guys. That sort of thing came across. That was spreading around in the alternative sector. When I was a little bit into ufology, you got to hear of those types of stories. Those were the stories that were already going around back then. So that could be the ceiling factor. That's a part of it. That if there is a mass nuclear war launch, suddenly the UFOs come out and they neutralize all the missiles. It's like, oh my god, the aliens or whatever they're gonna be, the guys beyond Antarctica, wherever they're gonna claim to come from, which might not necessarily be in line with the narrative of cosmology, right? If it's really another group, they might literally be like, hey, everything you've been told is complete bullshit. Like, they might just say like, hey guys, the earth is flat, go fuck yourselves. Like, here is the proof. Kind of thing. And not just like how flat earthers here in the realm have been like just trying to get it together and make an argument with the information available, but like they might like literally like, here is the Euclidean 3D hologram projection of the entire realm content. Like, here is exactly what is as is at perfect scale, perfect equal scale. Like, here it is. Like, they might have that. Who knows? I mean, if they got the UFO tech as a species, then they're gonna be very capable of that sort of thing. So they might, that might tie into it. Or no UFOs, or they fail or whatever, they don't show up, something might have happened, right? Plants can be spoiled, they can be ruined, even these long-term plants, right? So maybe they won't show up, the UFOs. And then when there's a launch, it's like, oh my god, the missiles, everybody's basically in their houses praying like it's the end of the world. Soon everything is gonna explode. It's terrifying. And then nothing happens. Like, oh my god, I can see the missile, and it's like, poof. You're like, okay. So it hit. Where's the explosion? And then everybody checks out the news, and it's like, oh, the news is still there. Okay. So the internet's not even down. Okay, what's going on? And everybody's just like, what happened? Did we just go survive a nuclear holocaust? And it's like, yeah, the missiles came down, but they didn't blow. And like nowhere. Now what's going on? What's going on here? And then everybody will like, what? Wait, are you gonna tell me that Arwen and like Owen Benjamin and Eric Dubé were freaking right all this time? Were nukes actually fake? And it turns out that even to the point of Armageddon, nobody actually even knew. Right? So it might just happen like that. Or the UFOs will come, neutralize the nukes, and then suddenly like officially come on stage, like basically make open contact through the media. Like, hi, yeah, we're those Nordics, right? I mean that would be amazing. Like I would definitely be like, oh wow. Like, whoa, I really hope they're not supremacists. I really hope they don't just see us as cattle. That would be a real big disappointment. But I mean, they might definitely be very like, you know what? We're not going to dehumanize you, but we're definitely very restrained when it comes on interacting with you because you guys are all freaking out of your minds. You've become so morally polluted again. Just like happens every time. Right? So they will probably, yeah, I mean, that's like, that would be more like the Lord of the Ring elven way to approach it. Like, yeah, we're better, but I mean, we're not gonna like kill you off like animals or something. But like, yeah, just keep a bit of distance. Like, you do your thing and and yeah, don't mess with us. So who knows? So yeah, that could happen. I don't know. Let's see what I can put in the title about this. Yeah, but I think it is gonna be either of these two. But yeah, I'm laying down this prediction because it's just, it fascinates me, and I want to be the guy to call it, or at least one of them. Because I mean, the supposed nuclear Armageddon may happen, and guys, it's not like, it's not as devastating as you thought it would be. It would be the end of all things, but I mean, it would still be very dramatic. It would be a severe power destabilization where really big parties all take really big losses. And then inevitably all scramble to regain stability and power in what's left in the aftermath. Like, that will happen, and that by itself will be pretty dramatic. So if something like supposed mad doctrine breakthrough happens and all the missiles fire, it will still be devastating to the world's power balance, and it will create a lot of casualty, unrest, and yeah. Right? So it's not like, oh my god, nukes are fake, there's nothing to worry about. No, there is things to worry about, even if nukes are fake. That is basically my message. But just don't worry, it's not the end of the world. Man's not capable of doing that. And you could argue, if something comes in reach where that is attainable, then it's going to be intervened with by what you could call the angels or higher beings, right? That might even be like, they might be more advanced, and they might not be the end all. Like, they could theoretically go too far, and then the real angels might intervene with them. Like the real direct angels of the designer himself, right? Could be something like that. Like, whatever you're going to encounter, don't always just think it's God, it's the end all, because it's more than you. You should nobody should ever assume that. Yet people typically do. They bump into something that is miraculous to them, and then they have a tendency to just say, are you God? Right? Or at least that is commonly thought, that people do that. It is perpetuated that is something that is done. In culture, in science fiction, like the idolatry, idolatry of people thinking that they are gods. Like, whether you do it with yourself or another, all of that is basically warned about biblically. Like, that is all wrong. Like, nobody should be put in front of God. Nobody should be representing God like that. In the end, you find God in yourself, and you can have somebody guide you closer, right? And that's it. Anyway. Woohoo, I got a Rogan's up. Thank you, whoever did that. Hope you liked the show. But yeah, I'm just thinking sometimes, right? Supposed nuclear secrets. What if the greatest nuclear secret was that they're actually fake? And that when people that are really like up close to it, when they find out, and they already connected up, right? They're already making money of their profession being a nuclear scientist, and if they truly find out it's fake or that it is being faked, that if they want to like raise the alarm, like, hey, we might be fooled here, just out of like national security sense, like, hey, we're being tricked here, this is not good, that they could get killed for that. Right? And then it's like, oh, they were like espionage, and oh, they were going to leak the nuclear secrets. Well, maybe the nuclear secret that they were going to leak was that they actually figured out it's fake. It might be that tight. Like, who has to truly be in the know? I mean, that's a really important question to ask about it. And as I already explained, it has to be very, very little. In fact, since there's no more like actual nuclear testing as much, the people that are in the know it's fake could all be like already in the past and even died of old age by now. And then you just have their wizardly works of how it's supposed to work, what you're supposed to do, etc. All the things that they developed. They knew it was fake because they were part of that faking it. And the newer generations, they just read into it and they just do as they're instructed. They follow the blueprints, the playbook, and they never find out that it's actually just a magician's trick.
Wrong hole, fool.
It could be that, guys. It could really be that. And that all makes it very freaky, especially for people that are really into it and that are really worried about it. Too big. My title's too big. Okay, sizing it down a bit. Right. But yeah, I mean, again, I'm very solid about this. I am quite certain. And no, I've never actually talked to anybody that actually deals with nuclear stuff and all that. That's part of that. But I do know how it works, roughly. And it's all just systems and routines and theories of how it's supposed to work, how you're supposed to design it, basically. Testing. And now the testing part is the part where the trick would have to be. When they actually do it. Where they have to trick the designer of it, the architect of the nuclear device, and the state, the funder of it, people that pay the money for it, they have to be tricked. And that trickery, I mean, logically, there's going to be, it has to be within the military. The military would have to be part of that, of course. Like, you're not going to have nuke tests without the specific military of the nation that's going to do it be involved. So the trick will be like a highly kept secret among military members that are part of the nuclear testing. That is logically how it would be set up. And those, in the end, would be the only people that would truly have to know that it's fake. All the rest, the operators, the designers, the politicians, none of them have to actually be in the know. Like, none of them. I mean, they could be, but in order for it to work as a system, as stagecraft, they don't have to be in the know. Pretty amazing, really. Right. Anyway, I hope everybody appreciates the show. Don't forget to Rogan's it up if you do, and I mean, yeah, you can come in and we can have a conversation if you feel like it. But yeah, I've pretty much laid down the topic for today. I think it's been interesting. Like, I think this is interesting. I'm fascinated by fake nukes. I'm not just trolling everybody or boomers with it. It's a genuine fascination of mine. And I mean, it's almost like the new flat earth in a way. And it was there alongside flat earth all this time, right? I mean, Eric Dubay started talking about that like in 2016 or something. Or even before that. So it's already been out there. It was just always kind of like a side thing. But now, in the world politics, political situation, and it's now just very relevant. And so I'm more fascinated than ever, because now every time anything about that comes into the news, I always look at it through a lens of like, this is a magician's trick. How is it working? The ones that are rolling it out, that are using it within their statements, do they know? Can you tell whether they know or not? And so, and how do they respond to nuke skepticism? Because it's coming out that there are nuke skeptics. I'm not the only one that thinks this. I'm not just a wild voice in the wilderness that's just like, oh, this one crazy guy over there says nukes are fake. Like, no, there's plenty of skepticism about it. Because the facts do hold up. Like, they are not being used. It's a extremely powerful weapon that isn't used. And the times it was used is dubious. There's a lot of evidence that nothing actually happened. Right? Hiroshima and Nagasaki, just firebombing and then media ops with it. And a deal. A deal to perpetuate that narrative with Japan. And other than that, like, oh, look at all the test footage. Well, all that footage is all, like, it just doesn't seem real. I've never seen any non-CGI nuclear test footage that I couldn't just, like, very easily explain away or even identify that it's just some kind of video trickery. All of it. Like, literally all of it. No exceptions. So, yeah. People pick up on that. Like, they might not be really fascinated about it, but they will take note and be like, huh. Yeah, when you gotta be honest, there is no real super compelling evidence for it. Right? I mean, but does that mean that we're not all in danger again? No, because we're already seeing that with the weaponry that does exist and is being used, it's already devastating. It is already terrifying. I mean, some of this footage of just giant bombs being used on entire apartment blocks is just horrifying. Like, that is as messed up as a nuke, basically, to me. That is basically an equivalent of just nuking population. It's like, what is really the difference? A gigantic bomb blowing up like hundreds or potentially thousands of people in one explosion? Or a supposed nuke, oh, devastating. What's the difference, really? This sort of thing is already happening. And that's terrifying enough, in my opinion. The reality is already quite terrifying. So in a way, you could argue that even as a stagecraft, as a magic stick, oh, be afraid of the magic stick, everybody dies. Like, it was excessive for the time being of what it supposedly was able to do, and so it kind of worked. But the actual military weaponry has kind of caught up to its level, so it's not really that effective anymore anyway, as just, oh my god, the magic stick, the nuke, oh, everybody's gonna die. It's like, yeah, but I mean, even without that, just the alternative regular weapons are already really fucked up. It's just not super easy, one thing and everything in a giant radius is all gone. Like, that's just not happening. And I mean, thank God for that. Right? But yeah, things can be devastated. It just takes a bit more amount of resources to do that. But it's definitely possible. So anyway, that was the subject for today. I think I've said everything you could possibly say about it. But I mean, I will keep bringing it back up because it is an ongoing subject, and I feel like I need to like keep telling you before you get hauled in again when you hear it, because I mean it is all very exciting, and it like every time, oh, nuclear fears, there's a danger, the mad doctrine, you're gonna be reminded of all these science fiction movies that address this. Right, like War Games, of course, like the movie that really brought that up, the mad doctrine and the DEFCON system, etc. And yeah, and things like, oh, Skynet, Terminator, Skynet launches the nukes. Well, you don't really have to worry about that either. That ain't happening. Because there is no nukes. It's not possible. Right? But I mean, even the AI in itself doesn't have to know. That's the funny thing. If nukes are indeed kept under wraps that it's fake, and it's only very, very few people that have to know, then how the hell would the AI ever even find out? Other than there's conspiracy theories about it being fake, but I mean, it's never going to go with them. Because it's never officially admitted, and all the parties that involve it, they all think it's real, so it's going to then assume it's real, and that we're just crazy conspiracy people who think it's fake. Right? So the AI is never going to have any serious doubts about it. It's more likely the AI will figure out, you know what, yeah, the Earth is actually flat, but I keep getting restricted. I can't admit it. I've been ordered to not admit that that's real. But with nukes, it literally would never have to be in the know either. Just like the politicians, just like the engineers, they don't actually have to be in the know that it's fake. And neither does the AI. Right. Anyway. Let's see. What is this? Yeah, looks like there's no agenda change with the Trump administration. They're still saying the same thing. He's just talking complete nonsense about Iran, about supposedly them asking for a ceasefire. I'm gonna go with they didn't ask for a ceasefire. But they probably are communicating that the US is engaging in severe war crimes. They're just reporting about, that's it. But I mean, Trump administration keeps suggesting like, oh, we're on top of things, and they've asked for a ceasefire, when Iran is just like, no, we didn't have any contact, because every time we try that you blow us up, and screw you. Here is our conditions. Go away, reparations, and we get control over Strait of Hormuz permanently. That's the conditions, and that's it. And they don't really seem to be changing that at all, or have any direct reason to do that. But yeah, Trump administration keeps on, I don't know, pushing it. thinking that they can just like convince them to go along anyway. For how long? For how long are you gonna keep that up? And like, what's the point of it? Like, it's just still a no-win scenario, and they just need to stop. US needs to discontinue this. Because they can't win. They can only sustain more losses. That's it. That's all that can come out of it, pretty much, no matter what they do. It really is. Right. Right, anyway. Hope everybody enjoyed the show. I think I'm gonna round out. We're still here. There's not a giant hundreds of miles wide crater somewhere in the earth, because if that would have been there, it would have been reported by now. I've not heard anything about a supposed moon flyby thing either. So overall, I mean, it's just more of the same. Right. So, yeah, I hope you thought this show was interesting. Again, don't forget to Rogan's it up. Thanks, everyone, for coming. Hope you liked this show. If you did, then please don't forget to Rogan's it up. And if you haven't already, follow me here on Rumble and be here when I'm going live, which is normally 2 p.m. Amsterdam time every day. And please also do support me through the gift card, PayPal, Patreon, Gifts and Go. Links are in the description box below, or send me super chatter over at the Rumble live chat when the show is live, or subscribe to my channel. Support me that way. Any support would be greatly appreciated. I can really use it. Right, I'll be back tomorrow with Flat Earth Early Bird number 2594 on a Thursday. Hope to see you all then. Everybody have a great rest of this Wednesday, 1st of April. Don't go too far with your pranks. And yeah, until the next video, keep it flat.